It's Casual Friday. My name is James Razile. This is Digital Charcuterie. And if you are new to this channel, please give us a subscribe. This is the show where I answer all your email questions or topics or whatever you want me to talk about. That's what we do here at Casual Friday. I want to thank you all so much for welcoming me into your day today. And also, we passed 800 subscribers here on the channel. It's really awesome. Thank you so much. It's unbelievable. Can't believe we got in that far. And to all the emails I've been getting and all the tweets, thank you so much. That is awesome. If you have an email, it's right there down below. digitalcharcuterie@gmail.com is where you send that email. And my Twitter is @Petsafina. You can find me easily. Do it right there. Just ask me a question, and we'll cover it on Friday or throughout the week because I'm starting to get more and more, which is awesome. Thank you so much. So start to do shows based on your questions throughout the week. So that's what we do right here. Just talk about what you guys want me to talk about. And let's get right into it with the first question coming from Emily. James, loving the channel. Thank you. I know you're looking forward to the Han Solo movie, but will it be a disaster? Thanks for taking the time to answer, Emily. I know a lot of people don't have faith in the movie. It's premiering at Cannes, which was just announced yesterday, I believe. It is tracking at $150 million opening weekend with a total North American haul of around 390, which isn't the greatest ever, but you kind of hope maybe overseas. Although you got to suspect it won't be getting that China money because they just don't care about Star Wars if it leave it open there. And also, I mean, Ready Player One crushed it there, but they don't watch Star Wars over there. That's just how it is. Case in point, they just don't watch it. But a disaster itself, I don't know. Tony Gilroy just came out and said Rogue One was a complete disaster when he came in, like just a complete disaster. But Solo, and this is what I think happened. And this is why I think maybe it took so long, was Rogue One kind of came out and it was a complete disaster. The movie releases and I really like Rogue One and it works out. And they're like, okay, we salvaged that. And then they have this Han Solo movie coming and as the months go on and as the shooting goes on and Lord and Miller aren't listening to the directions that they're getting from the higher ups at Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, as well as Lawrence Kasdan. Everybody needs to remember Lawrence Kasdan is a big part of this. They said, well, we did this last time and we managed to make it work. We don't want that cluster muck again. We don't want to go through that shit again. Let's just nip it at the butt, start anew, and get a seasoned veteran director in here who can take charge. Because we heard the script was one of the best scripts, like the best Star Wars script in a long time, or of all, one of them. And if they're not staying true to that, you'd want someone who would, and Ron Howard is that guy, and they did that. And so look, all the early buzz right now is saying it's all positive. It's going to be at Cannes in May, at the beginning of May, which is I mean, it's easy for studios to be like, we're premiering there, but also they have to accept it still. And obviously Ron Howard has that clout and can do that. And Ron Howard, somebody said, oh, Ron, it's kind of weird that it's not finished yet. It's 2 months out, which is not weird at all. Force Awakens was like 2 weeks out, I think, like that. I think Last Jedi was like maybe a month or so. And he just said, no, picture lock is done. We're just working on some effects right now. That's it. I think the score is even done. So it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be disaster whatsoever. I'm predicting it the third best Star Wars film. # third best Star Wars film. I can't wait to see it. If it is a disaster, I'll come right on here and I'll say I was wrong. It was a disaster. But right now, I'm going to say absolutely not. I have full confidence in what they're doing over there at Lucasfilm with the Han Solo film. I'm curious to see if the people who were really angered by The Last Jedi do end up boycotting it, if that has any effect on it. But we'll find out. It's only a month and a half away right now. So thank you so much for your question. Next question comes from Donnie. Donnie says, hi, James. Have you played Mario Odyssey, and what are your thoughts? Thank you. Why, yes, I have played Mario Odyssey. I don't own a Nintendo Switch yet. I really would like one, but I do not own one. Super Mario is my favorite video game franchise of all time. I mean, it's such a basic answer, but that's actually what it is. I love Mario. I think every game up until Odyssey I own. And I was in Vancouver in October when Mario Odyssey was released, and they had a kiosk set up outside of a drugstore. And I walked up and they let me play for as long as I wanted because nobody else was there, and I played it, and it is a crazy amount of fun. It's like a mix of like old Mario, but like Mario 64, but sprinkled in with some of the original stuff. It's just so much fun. You have your hat, you throw your hat, you can, and then when you put your hat on things, you teleport into them. I'm sure a lot of you have played it, but yeah, I have played it. It's a lot of fun. I have to recommend it. I don't own it, obviously, but I have to recommend it. When I get a Switch, that'll be the first game that I own. Definitely. The Switch is a fun system on its own, and I can't wait to see how it grows from there. But Mario Odyssey is it's not my favorite Mario film or film. Ooh, there's a movie. It's not my favorite Mario game. My favorite Mario game it's always been Mario 2. So it still remains Mario 2, Mario 3. You know, one I really love is well, we'll get into it later. But Super Mario 3D Land is on the 3DS is a hell of a lot of fun. Next question comes from Adam. Adam says, love the channel, and when you talk Star Wars, thanks. I love talking Star Wars. What do you make of Simon Pegg's comments regarding Rey's parents? Thanks, Adam. Oh, this was a topic I was really looking and hoping to avoid, to be completely honest, because I did read the comments, and he said that, you know, JJ had another plan for them. Maybe they were the lineage was a little bit more important, and The Last Jedi kind of did away with that. That's paraphrasing what he said. And my feeling on it was very, very simple and small. It was just like, meh, you know, like look, it was obviously he's close with J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams told him something, maybe more than he's letting on. He knew. But there's an article from Slash Film from December, I want to say, and they talked to Rian Johnson about Rey's parents. And Rian Johnson says that no, JJ didn't dictate anything to him. JJ did not dictate who her parents were to him or anything that he had to do with her parents. So Rian Johnson went in and he decided to answer a question that really wasn't even raised in The Force Awakens. If you watch The Force Awakens, it's not about who her parents are, it's about them coming back. But that's beside the point. He decided that they needed to answer that question in the stereotypical Star Wars way. The bad guy admits to the good guy the truth about something. So I didn't really make too much about Simon Pegg's comments. I know it angered a lot of people, but it shouldn't. First off, if you remember that Slash Film article, you'll know that he possibly didn't even know what JJ's plan was. Secondly, Mark Hamill, like 2 weeks ago, came out and said, we shot the Leia scene where I say, my name is Luke Starkiller, I'm here to rescue you. And they had to go back and reshoot it to change it to Skywalker. That was during shooting of the movie. And if you watch it, you know, you can tell right away, Vader is not Luke's father in A New Hope. That wasn't part of the plan. And so things evolve. Things always evolve. And for me, I always felt that Rey's parents being nobodies was a cop-out. I said that before I even saw the movie. I said, well, they're nobody. It's a cop-out. It's just an easy way to not explain anything. And I think the way they went, you know, Rian Johnson says it was the most intriguing way for him. I don't know what he finds intriguing sometimes, because that's not intriguing at all. Yeah, your parents are nobody. They sold you to junk traders for alcohol, for drinking money. Okay, well, that's boring, I guess. I mean, I don't need her to be a Skywalker. I don't need her to be a Kenobi, a Palpatine, but, you know, it doesn't have to be anything. But, you know, it's just the way Star Wars works is it's so rich in backstory and lore that I felt like that was such a cheesy cop-out answer. I wasn't really digging it too much, you know. But again, it's just a small part of the movie. It's a bump in the road. That's how I think of it. And you have to get past that, just like milking the space cow. The things you just have to get past to enjoy it. But look, the idea is JJ, because it's so vague, because that answer is so vague, JJ can go in and do whatever he wants. But my biggest thing is that it was never about who her parents were. We asked that question as fans, but she never asked that as a character. It was never like, I'm waiting for my family. I don't know who they are, but I'm waiting for. I mean, she was like 9 years old when they dropped her off on Jakku. She watched them fly off. She knows who her parents are. Like, does she know who they are in the sense of like in the galaxy, like their role in the galaxy? No, probably not, especially at that age. But apparently they're nothing. So JJ could easily go in and retcon that. It's not even a retcon, really. You can just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, Kylo told the truth, but that was Snoke's version of the truth. Because maybe that's what Snoke placed in Rey's mind. In Rey's mind for Kylo to see that she was nobody. And that way, if Snoke maybe felt that if they used that to their advantage, then she would join them in some kind of way. So that's what I find. I got a cool email. I'm going to discuss on another show that Heidi sent. Hi, Heidi. About, I'm not going to do it here, about the Rey's parents aren't nobody, but how it plays into the overall story. So I'll do that probably next week, because that's a fun topic to play with. And Rey's parents, I'm not sure if we got the end of them or not. That's what's weird about it. I don't know. Is that the end of Rey's parents? Is it just, they were nobodies, and then we move on? Because in a lot of ways, move on. Why does it have to be about her parents? It's about Rey. It's about Luke. Not so much anymore. But it's about Kylo. It's about Finn. It's about Poe. It's about Leia. How are they going to deal with Leia? Like, should Rey's parents have ever mattered? And the answer is actually yes. Because that's what Star Wars is about. It's about lineage. That's what this saga is about. The saga is about lineage. But Rian Johnson went in and he wanted to shake things up, and he did it. And look, that was his prerogative. He was allowed to do whatever he wanted. They told him, you're allowed to do whatever you want, and he did it. For better or worse, that's what he did. He took his what he wanted from his movie, and that's what happened. So love it or hate it, Rey's parents are just nothing. They're nobodies. They're junk traders on Jakku, and they sold Rey for drinking money, which again I find to be lazy and boring. But that's what we're getting, And there's a lot of things in the sequel trilogy I find lazy and boring. But I have really enjoyed, I've enjoyed most of The Force Awakens. It's just, there are little things here and there that I'm just like, really? It's like they don't want to spend the time to flesh things out. They're like, we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to get to the bottom of this. Everybody wants to know this. But I don't know. Do we want to know that? Or do we want you to tell us a story about how we got there? There's a journey, and we're not getting the journey. We're getting the destination and the beginning, but we're not getting the middle chapter almost in a lot of ways. And Mark Hamill even said, like, Luke Skywalker kind of had a beginning and an end. He didn't really have a middle, and that's how this sequel trilogy is feeling. We're getting a beginning, and then we're getting an end, and there's nothing in between happening. Because even The Last Jedi, love it or hate it, The Last Jedi, it doesn't really matter your opinion of it. It's still like 7.5. It's not like it's like a PS, an epilogue to what we just watched, because it happens right after. So I think they really painted themselves in a corner in that respect, but I'm looking forward to see what happens in 9. Again, so the whole Simon Pegg thing, I think he just needs to shut up, keep his mouth quiet. Like, he bitches about the prequels so much, which is fine. He's a fanboy, and he's allowed to do it. I mean, if you freaking look at the YouTube comments, you're allowed to bitch. But when it comes to the sequel trilogy that's in the works, I think he should just keep his mouth shut, especially when you have a fandom that's so divided. I know Lucasfilm and Disney don't think it's divided, but when I go on the YouTube comments, I don't like to think it's divided either. But I have to look at and respect the opinions of the people that don't like The Last Jedi. Some of them don't like it for really stupid-ass reasons, and some have very, very valid points. Very, very valid. And to just throw those valid opinions away and say, no, that's nonsense, it's a good movie, is disrespectful to the entire fan base. So Simon Pegg, I think, just needs to cool it when when the 9th episode is done and we watch it and we all leave the theater going, oh my God, Rey was a Sith Lord named Palpatine. Then we could go into it. But yeah, that's how I feel. Like, Star Wars, the Skywalker saga has always been about lineage. I think it's very important to continue that. They obviously did not with Rey. Finn is just a stormtrooper, so there's no lineage there. Kylo is the lineage that we got, and that's what we got to deal with. But I think it would have been a lot more intriguing had she been related to somebody. But, whatever. It is what it is. You just got to... It's just, they keep... And I said this so many times. I want them all to shut up. Everyone involved with The Last Jedi just needs to shut up. Let us enjoy Solo. Let us enjoy 9. I don't need to hear about, the behind the scenes. I don't need to hear that Rian Johnson's the greatest director of all time. I love Looper. I love Brick. He's talented. He's very talented. But I don't need him to say, well, the reason I killed Snoke. I don't care why you killed Snoke. You did it. It happened in the movie. The end. Like, let's just move on. That's how I feel. I want to just move on from the Last Jedi and And like, who's Simon Pegg? He's Unkar Plutt. He's in there because he's friends with J.J. Abrams. He knows what J.J. Abrams had planned because he's friends with J.J. Abrams. And who knows? J.J. Abrams might have told him, like, day 2 of writing it. He's like, I'm writing this character. Her name is Rey, and she is character X's great-granddaughter, blah, blah. And then, you know what? A month later, he's like, I'm on draft 17 with Lawrence Kasdan, and Rey is just Rey. And that's how it could have been. Or, you know, originally it was Kira. Oh, originally Rey's name was Kira. That is a way better name than Rey. Now I'm really mad. Let's move on to the next question. Our final question comes from Dave. Dave says, just wondering. Okay, wonder away. A fun question. What's your favorite video game? Dave, well, I think I just spilled the beans just a little while ago. Super Mario 2, one of my favorite video games of all time. Zelda or Ocarina of Time. Hugely love that game. I also, you know what? I really love Luigi's Mansion. That's so stupid. Like, I'm a terrible gamer. I love playing video games. I can't wait to get my hands on Spider-Man for the PS4 in September 7th, I think. 17th? 7th? Cannot wait. That looks awesome. But for me, I am a terrible gamer. Mario 2's been up there. Super Mario 3D Land is another game I love. Dr. Mario. I play Dr. Mario way too much. I can play it on a plane. I usually get motion sickness on planes when I do anything, but Dr. Mario and Mario Golf, like Game Boy Mario Golf, are the two games I can actually play on an airplane. Just, you know, it was a lot of fun. Dr. Mario, I love. Ocarina of Time. I'm trying to think. There's some other games that I think Mario 3 is a classic. Mario World, also a classic. I'm just going with Mario games now. I'm just listing my favorite Mario games. Injustice, I really, really, really enjoyed Injustice. I play a lot of Overwatch now. Really love Overwatch. I do like the Battlefront games, but I'm biased towards Star Wars. But I actually do enjoy them. As not a huge gamer, as like an arcade style gamer, that's what I love. Speaking of arcade, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. That first one for Nintendo was impossible, but I love it. Battletoads, man, there are just so many great games. Sonic the Hedgehog is another one that I really like. These are all old. I grew up with a ColecoVision. And Pepper 2 was a great game. There was a Smurfs game where you had to save Smurf. I think it was 3 levels. You walked through like Smurf Village, then you went to a forest, like bats swooped down, and you had to dodge the bats, and then you got to Gargamel's lair. You had to jump on a skull, and if you jumped too far, you fell off. If you didn't jump far enough, you fell off. So you had to like plan your jump perfectly. Then you saved Smurfette. Game over. And I had Donkey Kong for ColecoVision as well. Cosmic Avenger was a fantastic. Zaxxon. God, I love Zaxxon. There's a lot. But yeah, Mario 2 is one that I always go. Mario 2, Mario 3, I always go back to. The original Mario. And Mario World is fantastic. There's just so much going on with Mario World that sometimes I just want the simplicity of Mario 2 or Mario 3. 64, obviously. There's so many. I actually, Mario Sunshine I found to be a lot of fun. The Galaxy games were a lot of fun. Oh, Zelda Wind Waker. That's a lot. I'm going to go. Favorite video game, Mario 2. Why not? That'll wrap up this episode of Casual Friday. My name is James Razili. If you have an email, a topic you would like me to talk about, you can email me at digitalcharcuterie@gmail.com. It's right there. It's also the link in the description. And you can tweet me at Petsafina. It's right there. And also, it's a link in the description. I hope you all have a very, very good weekend. Thank you once again for joining me. And until next time, ciao for now.